So, in some breaking news at Tower Defense Simulator headquarters, after I would say like a disruptive week in general, there's been, I guess, some positive news in that we know what the next update is going to be on Roblox for Tower Defense Simulator. It is now confirmed that there's going to be a medic and turret update, and from the looks of things, it looks like it's going to be a rework, including a remodeling of both the medic and the turret. Now, both of these things have been teased to us in the past. Certainly the turret has, and the medic a while back by Shermies. But also in the update log, as you can see here, we got the medic rework that was coming soon, and then we also got the turret refresh. Obviously here, they don't explicitly say that the turret's going to get a rework, but given that the medic is going to get a rework, it's probably safe for us to assume that the turret is also going to get a rework. In terms of what the medic has been leaked to us previously, it looks like this, and it looks like this. I don't know if this is going to be like the default skin or an unknown skin. Here on the wiki it says that this is going to be a default skin, probably going to be either the base level or the max level. I'm going to say base level for now, but then this one, apparently it's an unknown skin, a skin with white hair. I think personally that's like max level medic, but then again it could be some other skin that has white hair. I don't know if any skins actually do have white hair though. Certainly the medic currently doesn't get white hair until max level. So as you can see here, August 20th, that is basically tomorrow as I release this video, till September 3rd. So 2 weeks. Interestingly, that's the week of Roblox Developer Conference. So I don't know if the developers are going to go to that, given, you know, recent events, but we'll see. And then on the thumbnail, we got what appears to be the turret and the medic. Now, I'd like to point out that the medic's wand here, it looks very similar to the accelerator's stuff. I mean, it looks like it's rotating. It looks like it has a beam out of it. Meanwhile, the turret, we've actually seen this before. So the image that we see in the update log, it looks like this, and the turret scene here is very much likely the turret scene here. It looks like it's like the max level turret at the very least, or it's a high level turret. Meanwhile here, we get a turret that looks an awful lot like the Sentry. I don't know if anyone remembers that. The Sentry Tower from back in the day looks like this. It was planned to be re-added as part of the engineer, but someone leaked the engineer, so the developers decided to remodel the entire Sentry model that's used for that, and yeah, we get the Sentry that's used for the engineer nowadays. But I have to say that the Sentry back then and the Sentry, well, the turret that we see here, looks very similar. The blue colour scheme, at least, it makes me think that this is going to be a Sentry-esque remodel of sorts. Not necessarily going to be a reworking of the turret to be very similar to the Sentry. We don't know that yet. It spools up and then deals a damage at some fire rates that's advantageous to the player, back in the day at least, for the Sentry, but doesn't seem like the turret is going to get something like that. Now, even though the medic also has a couple of developmental images from like way back when, I don't think it seems like the medic's going to get stuff like this. From this developmental image that we see here, the thumbnail that we see here, it looks like it's going to be a wand of sorts. You know, a wand like the Grand Mage, which was leaked a while back, but still has not been added. So yeah, stuff like that. I would like to also point out that the wand that I see here is very similar to the Cybernetics wand that I see here, because back in the day, the Cybermedic, or at least I think the Cybermedic, was based upon a version of the reworked medic. Then again, though, on the wiki it says that it's based on the current level 5 Cybermedic. But then also, if we go to Cyber City, we also see another version of the reworked medic, which actually has a gun, whereas here, it doesn't seem like it's going to have a gun. And the version seen here, it looks green, and if we see from the images from the medic thing that Shermy said to us, the medic does indeed have a green collar, so it seems likely that this is going to be the default medic that we've seen previously, and the other previous leaks that we've seen with the medic either with a white coat or with like red stuff or red accents around its body doesn't seem very likely. But this does mean that the developers have removed the Geneva Convention violation with the red cross on its like shoulder, on its like backpack, stuff like that, which the red cross does go after. So, you know, at least the developers aren't breaking any international crimes by doing that. Meanwhile, as for the description itself, medic rework. The medic has been redesigned to focus on support, keeping your team in the fight with base healing, protecting towers from debilitating stuns. Okay, so we kind of note that already in the current medic. It has an ability at max level which cleanses all the stuns, except it doesn't cleanse any debuffs. So it doesn't seem like the medic is going to get that debuff stun removal. I mean, it's not really stun removal, but it's just debuff removal. It already removes any stuns that a tower may have. And then as for protect your team in a fight with base healing, I mean, currently the medic does have base healing. It's currently broken in that when you upgrade it, it doesn't increase the amount of base that it heals. But I feel like it's kind of useless in areas where skills can be enabled, because that is going to be more advantageous unless the developers fix the medic's base healing or buff it by a certain percentage. I mean, yes, there is some usage in the medic being used in, say, the hidden wave or hardcore mode, because you can't enable skills in those game modes or achievements. But for the most part, the skill that allows you to base heal is going to be more advantageous than using the medic itself to heal the base. For those who take on the new mission quest, you'll be able to unlock the Mermaid Medic skin, along with a special mermaid medic tag, to show off your achievements. So yes, it looks like there's going to be a new mission quest for the Mermaid skin in Tower Defense Simulator, which will also give the medic name tag. This isn't unusual, giving a name tag as part of a mission quest. We've seen it with the Ducky DJ booth. The Ducky went down to Georgia quest, that gave the Ducky DJ booth, but it also gave the Ducky Bath name tag, so not unusual that we'll get a medic skin, I guess. I guess it's unusual in that there's going to be an evergreen tower that you can get a name tag from for like the mission quest, but fair enough. I would also have to wonder if the unlock cost for the medic changes, given the fact that I think the medic is like one of the cheapest intermediate towers, the second cheapest intermediate tower to buy, so maybe the medics would also increase in costs once it changes or once it's reworked. Because, I mean, it was the case for the freezer that its upgrade cost, I think unlock cost slightly increased when it was reworked, and it changed category from starter to intermediate, although I don't think the medic will change categories. I think it'll still be an intermediate tower. Meanwhile, as for the turret refresh, it's called a turret refresh here, not a turret rework. The turret remains the powerhouse of raw damage, okay, so it doesn't look like it's going to be a major rework in its like abilities or whatever, but now with a completely refreshed model to bring up to modern standards. Complete its mission quest to unlock the jet ski turret skin, okay, that's interesting, and an exclusive turret name tag, giving this heavy hitter a stylish new look to match its firepower. So it doesn't look like the turret is going to get a major rework of sorts. They might get some damage changes, although given the fact that the turret has had rework in the past, which has changed some of its statistics. I don't know how long ago it was. Apparently it was, that's recent for PvP. Apparently the last time it had a rework was the 2nd of August 2024, so just over a year ago, and I assume the developers are satisfied with that because it doesn't look like there's going to be a major rework of the turret. But there's going to be a new mission quest for a jet ski turret skin, which I don't know how that works. I mean, it's a land-based tower and it has a jet ski. I don't know how that works. And then a turret name, what does the turret name tag look like? Because I understand what a medic name tag could probably look like. The turret name tag, that's odd, I guess. Then we also get map updates. This event, it also expands the world of battle. That's talking about PvP mode. So, 2 all new PvP maps, Distant Shapes and Opulent Remains, offer unique environments to outthink and outplay your opponents. Now, which maps these could refer to, it could really be anything, because there are a couple of PvP maps that have not been released to Tower Defense Simulator. On the wiki, we've just called these PvP 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 based on the paths that they have, but it could be any one of these maps that is seen off here, even though I think Opulent Remains, that's probably going to be like some sort of dark map, so probably this or this. Even though the name isn't attached particularly to any map, it does seem very likely it's going to be like a darkish based map. I mean, as for Distant Shapes, I don't know. Distant Shapes to me seems very abstract, and none of these maps particularly look abstract. Maybe apart from this, but this doesn't look like it would have the name called Distant Shapes at the very least. You know, in my mind, Distant Shapes reminds me of Pablo Picasso. You know, shapes that probably make no sense when you really think about it. And then interestingly, the last thing leaked here is the survival map Gilded Path has been remastered, featuring an updated look and improved design while staying true to its classic layout. So yes, Gilded Path, we've actually kind of seen this in Peer Pressure. In Peer Pressure, there was an updated billboard, or there was a billboard Easter egg that had the new Gilded Path map there, even though at the time Gilded Path wasn't actually released to Tower Defense Simulator. but it looks like it's coming now, and given the track record of developers keeping around old maps, it does seem like that the original Gilded Path map may be kept around as like Legacy Gilded Path, and then the new map will just take over the name of Gilded Path, which, you know, seems very interesting. And then finally, on Twitter, Below Natural has posted some new leaks, I guess, about the new turret. So as you can see here, it looks like the new turret does actually have an operator, at least on one level. Or it could be the case where these are the default turret skins, and then this is a completely different turret skin altogether, the XR500 skin, which is based on the original game that Below Natural used to work on. However, that being said, Below Natural did confirm that the original design that's based on the game they used to work on is still here. It is slightly different, as you can see here, but it is still here.